All right, everyone, how's it going? Round 2 of our demos. We're going to talk about some back variations today. Everyone's familiar with lat pull. By the way, the back exercises, we're referring to the lats. Anytime we're working the exercises I'm about to show you, you're also getting the biceps involved, the posterior deltoid. And most of these exercises are going to work more toward the middle of your back, your trapezius, your rhomboids, your teres major, and some of the muscles that are a little bit above the scapula. So the lat pull, everybody I think is familiar with this because I'm quite sure you've all been on it. I can vary this by changing grips. The wider the grip, the more I'm going to work out toward the outside of the back. I even get the obliques involved a little bit. I can move the hands in a little bit. Now I'm working more the center of the back and above the back, and now the traps are going to get more involved, the rhomboids and teres major. I can use an undergrip. Nice and tight would be one option as I'm doing lat pull. Moving it wider or all the way out. Just like when I gave you the chest demonstrations, it's not that these are better or worse, they're just forcing other muscles in addition to the lats to get involved as you change the grips. Cable row. You can find cable row on most pieces of equipment. In this case, it's the same apparatus. And now I'm just going to grab this handle down here rather than the one above. I'm quite sure everybody has already worked with cable row. So again, look at the posture. Nice straight line from hips to shoulders. I'm going to use the shoulders to move the back first, and then let the biceps finish the job. So just like on the lat pull, I can change my hand position. If I had a wider bar, I can do my cable row out here. I can do it nice and tight, or I can use an undergrip. And just like on the lat pull down, an undergrip is going to use the biceps a lot more, while I'm still using the lats as the primary move. All right, I just remembered that we have this grip here. So as I change grips, just like the theme has been all along, I'm working a little different muscles. So I'm going to do that same cable row, but because I've got my hands in nice and close together, the back is moved in closer, the shoulders I should say are moved in closer. So the lats are still doing the work, but now I'm going to feel it more in the obliques, and the lower back and the biceps, of course, are still helping out in addition to the posterior deltoids. So as you change grips on any of these cable exercises, just like when we're working with dumbbells, you're going to work a little bit different area around the prime mover. Today's primary mover is the lats. Okay, we're back at the assisted dip and pull-up machine. I had showed you this when we were talking about chest exercises. Grab the bars up and down, that will work your chest. This is a back exercise where I'm doing pull-ups. Pull-ups, by the way, is probably the ultimate back exercise, but how many people can do more than one or two, if any? Therefore, it's really not that good of an exercise unless you work with assisted pull-ups. So just like the dips, I put the pin into a weight that's going to help me but not do all the work for me. So the pull-up, again, maintaining good posture, is going to work primarily my lats and the posterior part of the deltoid and the biceps, similar to all these exercises I'm showing you today. I can vary the pull-up by changing grips. This is going to work a little bit wider on the back and the surrounding muscles. I can move it in nice and tight, working more toward the middle. I can use a neutral grip. This is going to work a little bit higher on the back. Or I can do the chin up, which is going to work down the middle, upper part of the back, and it's going to incorporate the use of the biceps a lot more. So now I'm going to do 3 pull-ups. Those of you that can, I would encourage you to try and do some 3 pull-ups. Just like when I gave you the dip demonstration, this particular piece of equipment, I have to get the pad out of the way. So I'm going to use this plate just to put it down and get it out of the way. I'm going to do a standard pull-up. And same idea, but now I don't have any assistance. So I've got a couple options. I can keep the grip in nice and tight. If I want to make it a little bit tougher, actually quite a bit tougher, I have this wide grip. Or I can use a neutral grip or the chin-up grip. And this is going to use a lot more bicep. Now I'm ready to work with what we call the T-bar. There is a T-bar at the Village, but there's no longer one at the Line Center, and this is a great piece of equipment. I'm going to do the same row that I showed you on the cable row, on the barbell rows, and the one-arm row, but now I'm at a different angle. 45-degree angle, give or take. And it's the same idea as I'm rowing. Now, because of my body position and gravity, I'm just working a little bit different area around the back, working the biceps a little differently, and the posterior part of the deltoid. I can make a change in that, move my hands out wide, and just as I showed you on all these exercises, just a simple little grip position is going to use different muscles around the primary mover, in this case the lats. So there's your T-bar. Here's another back exercise that's going to work primarily your lats, your posterior deltoid, and your biceps. I'm in the middle of what we call the Smith machine. We can do this for quite a few exercises, but right now I'm going to do what's called a bench pull. If you remember in the at-home bodyweight workout routine that I had showed you, I crawled under a dining room table and did it. A little bit awkward, but if that's all you have, you can certainly work your back. In this case, this is much preferred. I'm going to grab this bar, which is locked into place, crawl under the bar. As always, good posture, nice straight line. I'm going to use the shoulders and then the elbows to bring me up. So the lats, posterior deltoid, and the biceps are doing most of the work. I can make this even more demanding. Lower the bar. Now I'm in a more horizontal position. Gravity is a more powerful force. And I'm basically doing the same movement and making a little bit more challenging bench work. All right, let's move away from the cables now and get into dumbbells and go over some back variations. Bent over row. Nice flat back. You want to try and be about parallel to the floor with your upper body. I'm going to show you the variations of dumbbells, and you're going to see similar movements as I showed you with the chest presses. In this case, I'm going to use an over grip. I can vary that by using the neutral grip. I can start with a neutral grip and twist as I come up. I can start with an over grip and do a reverse twist as I come up. Those are, again, one more time, not better or worse. It just forces different muscles around the lats to get involved. All right, now let's do some one arm row. It's the same type of movement as the bent over row variations I just showed you. But with a one arm row, I can get more range in motion. So the one arm row, nice flat back again. I'm using the bench to support my left leg and my left hand in this case. Now I'm going to do those same rowing options that I showed you with the bent over row. See how I can get a lot higher on one arm row. I don't get stuck against my body as I do in the bent over row. So I have a neutral grip I can work with. Over grip. Start with an over grip and twist as I come up. Start with a neutral grip and twist the other way as I come up. I would do one set on the left side, the right side. Now we're going to work the left side. The same options. Neutral grip is one option. Over grip is an option. Twisting from the over grip. Twisting from the neutral. All right, so there's some back options for you. If you have access to a gym, then I would encourage you to use the cables. And whether you have access to a gym or not, if you have some dumbbells, a bar, then you can certainly use the rowing actions that I showed you. The T-bar is a great way to go. Assisted pull-ups are good exercises for the back. And keeping in mind what we talked about with the chest exercises. These are not better or worse. They're just ways for you to allow your muscles to do something different and vary the routine so not only you stay fresh mentally, but you allow your muscles to work a little bit differently and work a little bit harder.